Five Spurs finish in double figures. Bismack Biyombo with a double-double, but just an overall tough shooting night, top to bottom. Spurs fall in New Orleans in game one of this two-game baseball-style series of the Big Easy 114-96. Back at our Spurs Live studios, Dan Weiss, TJ Ford, as the Spurs drop their second in a row, TJ. And, I mean, even when the Spurs were winning in the first half up by 13, they're only shooting 38% from the floor, and it was kind of an omen for maybe how the rest of the night was going to go.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, your bench was able to carry you, and they was able to get you over the hump. But when you came out to the second half, you needed your starters to pretty much step up and play some better basketball, and those guys just struggled the whole entire game.
Pelicans had 69 rebounds in this game and a lot of physicality, especially from one Zion Williamson playing in just his 20th game of the season. TJ, only the 204th of his career, but he was everywhere inside, as he is when he's available.
I mean, you know what he brings to the table when he suits up and he plays. And whenever he's in the lineup, he gives the Pelicans opportunity and a chance to win. And as tonight, he was able to showcase his impact and what he brings to a team. And he's a special talent. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with. You see how strong he is, being able to handle the ball and go off a high pick and roll as a power forward. But his strength was just too much and too much size.
Yeah, he also got to the line 10 times in this game as well, too. And it looked like the Spurs had a good antidote for that with their own big body, Keldon Johnson, in the first half, TJ. I mean, Keldon, we highlighted him in the first half. He was on again, it was just a continuation from what he did against Detroit. 12 points, 5 to 6 from the floor. Didn't get enough shots in the second half, though.
No, I mean, the second half was just awful for us. I mean, being able to have, 19 assists on 19 field goals and come to the second half, wasn't able to score. But Johnson he's been excellent off the bench. He's been one of the most consistent guys on the team. And once again tonight, he was able to come out and be very productive.
Him and Julian Champagnie combined for 36 off the bench tonight, and certainly the bench for the Spurs was one of the bright spots in this one. But it was the starters, really, for the Pelicans that kind of set the tone for the game. Between Zion's 22, Murphy the third, he had 15, C.J. McCollum with a dozen as well.
Look, the other night, we had multiple guys in double figures. When you look at the Pelicans tonight, they was able to have 7 guys in double figures. And when you're able to have that kind of productivity from starters and guys off the bench, it is very, very tough to be able to win when you got those guys being that productive.
114-96 the final. Pelicans take game one of this two-game series with the Spurs. More coming up on the other side as we continue this edition of Spurs Live here on FanDuel Sports Network. (114-96) the final tonight. Pelicans, the winner in game one of this two-game baseball-style series, with a rematch coming up Tuesday night back at the Smoothie King Center. Spurs Live continues. Dan Weiss, TJ Ford back inside our Spurs Live studios. TJ, we'll take a look at the final numbers on this one. And, I mean, you were commenting before 69 rebounds by the Pelicans tonight. And, I mean, and that just shows you how tough a shooting night it was for our guys.
Really tough shooting night. The ball's not going to hold when an opposing team gets 69 rebounds. A stat and something that I totally haven't seen before, and very amazed of 69 rebounds. So just imagine somebody should have had 20, 30 rebounds tonight. What do you think?
That's certainly possible. And I mean, if you were playing guys playing 35, 40 minutes, yeah, you could have had a guy like Zion getting 25, 30 rebounds in that game. By the way, that's the 4th time in their history the Spurs have taken more than 50 threes in a game. 3 of them have been since the calendar flipped to 2025. It's the way the NBA is going.
Yeah, just unfortunate loss. I was not anticipating, first game really being on the road. I felt like this was definitely a winnable game. And I just think, the second half, the energy, the life, the physicality and the commitment to the concept of defending went out of the window.
Talk a little bit about the rematch coming up on the other side as the rodeo road trip continues Tuesday night in New Orleans. Spurs fall tonight 114-96 to the Pelicans as we wrap it up here on FanDuel Sports Network.